Oh my gosh, over $170 for the Blu-ray set. Potentially one of the most expensive Blu-ray sets I have paid for, but honestly, one thing I love about this set is that all the episodes are in this one volume, compared to JJK or Attack on Titan or My Hero Academia, which would divide the seasons into separate volumes, so you have to wait for each month for 3 episodes to be released in each volume. Doing it like that makes it more expensive, so huge props to Studio Period for putting all the episodes into this one volume set. In my previous videos I mentioned about the character sheets. I did take photos of them, but this X account actually scanned the images onto their computer, and I think their scanned images look a lot better than the photos that I took. So massive praise to @Ichigo Taichu9. First up we got Kurosaki Ichigo, next up Rukia in her Bankai form. I still think it looks absolutely spectacular. I talked about it in my review, which I will hopefully upload soon, but in my opinion it is without a doubt one of the prettiest Bankais I have ever seen. Looking at her Bankai form, I can only imagine how the internet must have reacted. I binged watched Core 2 and Core 3 a week ago, so I have no idea how the internet reacted to this live, but I absolutely loved it. She looks like an angel. Next up, Orihime Inoue and Chad. Damn, the lack of character turnarounds for Chad. It truly pains my heart. Next up, we have the lovely Yoruichi and her little bro Yushiro, as well as Ganju. Next up, we have Uryu and Renji, Byakuya and Toshiro, Hitsugaya, Mayuri, Little Nemaru and Aizen, Joshiro and Izuru, Shinji and Hiyori. I feel like Hiyori might have one of my favorite hollow mask design. We got Grimgel and Little Nell and Adult Nell, as well as Yuhaba and some of the Sternritters and all the other side characters. Seeing how well drawn these character design sheets are just shows us how well made Core 3 was, and why there wasn't too many changes from the TV version to the Blu-ray. And speaking of the Blu-ray, what are my favorite changes that I have seen? Well, let me rank the 10 best changes that I have seen of the TV to the Blu-ray. At number 10, pretty much all of the special effects that were added in, which was for Core 3 episode 11. Even though the character designs weren't changed, it was still absolutely fantastic seeing the added particle effects, truly enhancing the visual spectacle. And I must say that with the Blu-ray being uncompressed, watching these scenes on my TV compared to the Disney Plus streamed version, you truly see the absolute love and care in these sequences as they are uncompressed. They don't seem too blurry and fuzzy. The added effects just makes the picture look even sharper in my opinion. Number 9, all of these added textures. These scenes were in episode 10 of Core 3, where Mayuri and Lieutenant Nemu were facing Sternritter Panida. I just like the added textures in this scene. It makes the picture look softer yet more cinematic in my opinion. It also reminds me of the textures that were added on the Titans in AOT. I remember how the fans in season 4 part 1 were mad that MAPPA didn't add the textures on the Titans. I do feel like if MAPPA were given more time, they could have added textures onto the Titans, just like with Bleach in this scene. Number 8, I love the added glow on Uryu's Quincy Arrow. The screen just looks tasty with the extra glow effects. At number 7, one of the final shots of the season finale of Core 3, where the camera pans away and blood is meant to trickle down. The Blu-ray actually shows the blood clearer than the TV version. The TV looks like a blob, so I am happy that they changed it. At number 6, the Blu-ray removed the blur effect over Ichigo's face. Honestly, I wasn't too sure why they blurred this scene out. Why make us focus on the background art when we could be focusing on Ichigo's serious face? The dude is in the middle of a battle. You want to see those expressions. Fortunately, the Blu-ray solved that and it fixed it. At number 5, the Blu-ray fixing Ichigo's face in the finale. Mate, look at the bold outlines. Look at the better shadows. This frame pops so much more, mates. Some modern animes don't really use the bold outlines. Shows like Solo Leveling and Jujutsu Kaisen go for a more flat, thin outline style. I guess they do that to save time, so it is always a treat when an anime like Bleach and Demon Slayer make use of the bold outlines. I know it can be time consuming for the animators and artists to make sure those outlines are extra bold, but mate, something about those bold outlines on the characters just feels so natural and good to me. At number 4, this sequence of Uryu, notice the background being darkened. I like it so much more. It's easy on the eyes, it's more cinematic. You're not too distracted by all the going-ons in the background concerning the cloud, smoke and dust particles. At number 2, the Uryu flashback scenes in the finale. When it comes to the raindrops and especially this one scene, of the little puddle. I don't know man, something about the Blu-ray scene just absolutely feels nice to look at. An honorable mention, the scene of Ukitake, they removed the film grain that was going on in the TV version and increased the saturation as well. But number one, it is these slightly reed-colored and reshadowed scenes of Basby and Harshvolt. I mean, bloody hell, mate, look at them, look at the difference. Absolutely night and day in my opinion. I think these scenes are possibly the best in my opinion when it came to the changes made. And of course you would want to make a little bit of changes here and there. The dark filters over the characters, the shadows, just makes this entire scene more moody and eerie. Things are indeed getting serious. These two childhood friends are about to duke it out. So yes, these are my favorite changes from TV to Blu-ray. The other scenes that were changed were good, but they were so quick. Some of them you had to slow down the scenes in order to actually find the changes, and it even got to a point where I had to go back on the Blu-rays and replay episodes 1 to 14 all over again and see for a second viewing if I missed any scenes out, and of course I did. Go check out my first 2 videos that I did breaking down all of the changes made, but of course apart from those scenes, all the other scenes from episodes 1 to 14 have no changes made. They all look the same more or less. You know, looking at these unchanged scenes, I'm quite mixed on it. On one hand, Core 3 looked absolutely spectacular. The art, the animation, the music. As an anime only watching these episodes for the first time, my jaw was on the ground in many moments. I cannot even fathom anyone even making any complaints, as in my opinion the art looked pretty good. However, the hefty price tag for the Blu-ray and the lack of extra bonus features excluding the interview, as well as the lack of visual changes, is making me see why Blu-ray sales overall are dropping every single year. With Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, especially for episode 17, not only did MAPPA go back and reanimate some scenes, but they added extra scenes into that episode. This made more people want to go out of their way to buy the Blu-ray. I think adding extra content when it comes to the anime will make people want to go out of their way to buy the Blu-ray, as people have to say to themselves, what exactly am I getting out of the Blu-ray that I can't get from the Disney Plus version? And while I did like the way Core 3 looked, I can only imagine that some of the manga readers who watch these episodes may or may not have been happy with the overall look and feel of the series. If you are one of those manga readers, which scenes would you have wanted the Blu-ray to change? I am indeed quite curious, but tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of all this? What is your favorite change from TV to Blu-ray? Tell me. Like this video, subscribe for more Bleach videos, as well as other TV versus Blu-ray comparison, anime news updates, reviews, reactions, and more. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy Dude Review signing out.